Guys.
Welcome back to Forward Farming.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, stop what you're doing and head over to our YouTube page and check out this beautiful background that Becca has going on behind her.
I love Zoom because you can pick your own background. Well, you can like blur yourself out or you can pick your own background. And
Yep.
you don't want to see our messy room. Like, wouldn't you rather see a picture of Irene?
I do none of that. I don't blur myself and I don't give you a pretty background because what's better than a litter box full of cat turds sitting behind me? Nothing. So that's what you get. Lucky you.
Oh. Anyways, hi.
Hi. How are
How
you?
you been? Good. How are you?
Great.
Great.
This weekend, I'm tired. It was a weekend.
Yeah.
It was a weekend.
I feel like we did a lot this weekend, but like I'm drained. I'm ready for bed. It's 6:30 and
Yeah.
I think because it's warm and like the sun's been out, obviously that kind of just takes a toll on you too. But I loved it. It was great. It's just I'm ready for bed.
Yep. That's what I really enjoy about these warm days. You go to bed feeling good. That vitamin D, it really just does something to you. You just sleep so much better. You're just happier. It's just so nice. I love it. I'm so happy this time of year.
I don't know about you, but getting in like a cooler shower after a long day in the sun,
So
my favorite
good.
thing. My favorite thing.
Oh, good.
I mean, I love hot showers, but like there's just something about it. Although I've been very, I don't want to say self-conscious about the sun, but last week Wednesday, Joey and I were working cattle all day and I got too much sun, I think. Like I felt like crap. Or last Monday, whatever day it was. I felt fine all day and then the kids had T-ball and I felt fine during T-ball and then on our way home like I just hit a wall and I started to get fever chills and like I didn't sleep at all that night. And then the next morning I'm like, oh my God, am I like getting strep again or like what's happening? And I mean, it was sunburn, but not that bad, I didn't think. But oh man, I felt terrible. And I went and got one of those IVs and I just rested most of the day. And then thankfully Wednesday I woke up a lot better.
Yeah, that heat exhaustion is no joke.
Yeah.
When we did a video shoot for the same company last year, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it yet, but anyway, we did it and it was so hot out and like we didn't get much of a break at all during the day. And by the end of the day, like I felt like I had the worst migraine, like same thing. I felt so awful. And I told my dad that he's like, just drink a beer. Like the carbs from the beer will make you feel so much better right away. Like,
Do you remember what I did though?
You did. That's what you did. I was like, you guys are onto something, I guess.
It took me a second to realize what video you were talking about. That was so long ago. But yeah, I had drank a lot of water all day, but it was really hot and I had pants on just because we were doing the video or whatever. And before like our last little bit of filming, I went and I chugged a beer and I felt so much better afterwards.
Yeah.
Not the most professional thing to do, but hey, do you want me passing out? No, I'm gonna chug a beer quick.
Do what you gotta do. I guess. I mean, I'm gonna take a farmer's advice on that one. He's been out in the sun long enough that he should know what works and what doesn't. So
yeah.
Stock your fridge.
All the time, but like it helped. I think it was like, I don't know. I was just so sick of drinking water and it was like to the point where I felt like water wasn't doing anything. And I just needed something like crisp. Crisp bush latte did the trick.
Oh, we should have like wrote them a nice letter, be like, hey, you honestly saved my life this day. Thank you.
Thank you for being you. It's probably a John Deere can. I was gonna say it was probably corn camp, but they didn't do corn last year, did they? I think it was just John Deere last year.
I think it was just John Deere. Yeah.
Corn cans are back, y'all.
What did I just see? They have something. I saw something somewhere that they're coming out with. They got rid of the apple and they're bringing in peach.
I haven't
Did you see that?
But I heard that as the rumor when Apple was going away. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I'll try it, obviously.
Yeah. I stopped drinking like altogether. I might have to just try it to see what it's all about because it sounds awful, but you got to try it. I also thought the apple wouldn't be great. It was good, but
I like the apple. I liked it better than like Angry Orchard or any of the other apple
yeah,
ones. Yeah.
but peach,
I don't know.
it
I
must
don't
be good if they're making it. Why else would they make it? That's my logic.
It's probably a social experiment. It tastes like butt, but they're gonna see if we buy it because it's bush.
Oh, anyway, what have you
There's
been
some
up to?
juicy peaches on there. Oh my gosh, speaking of peaches, Sophia was drawing the other day. She loves to draw. And she was drawing a peach. And she goes, Mom, you know what a peach looks like? And I was like, what? And she points to her butt. She doesn't like to say the word butt. Like she thinks it's a bad word. She says bottom instead.
That's very proper of her.
It is. I don't know where she gets that from, not me. But she pointed and started giggling. And I was like, yes, a butt does look like a peach a little bit.
She's already on top of the emoji slang. Like she's gonna walk into what grade is she gonna be in next year?
First grade.
She's gonna walk into first
Lord.
grade. She's gonna show somebody her phone and be like, oh my gosh, you know what this emoji is?
She's not gonna have a phone till she's like 80, so
that's fair.
Or 16 maybe.
Whatever comes first.
Yeah. Let's see. What have we been up to? Irene calved. I feel like we haven't talked in a while, but Irene calved.
She's the one behind you.
Yeah, she's behind me. She was typical brown Swiss, took forever to calve, but she had a healthy baby girl yesterday, the night before last, whatever night.
Saturday night?
Yes. Yes, Saturday night. These are hard. It feels like Sunday today. It's Monday. It's weird because it's Memorial Day. But yeah, so she had a healthy baby girl. I put another calf in there already too, just because Irene is so full of milk. Just to kind of help her get milked out a little bit. I did strip her out a little bit. But I can only strip out so much before my hand starts to hurt. So another calf would do a lot better job than me. But so far they seem to be doing really good. And I still have to name her. The name should start with an I because that's just how we do things. Like when a cow has a calf, we name it the same letter as its dam. But I don't know. Quick Trip commented that it should be Tilly. And I just think Tilly is the cutest name. So I don't know.
It is cute.
I'm at a loss. And like
you
Quick
can't.
Trip.
I was going to say, if Quick Trip has naming rights, you got to name it what they say.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Just capitalize the I on Tilly. Just make it a lower T, capital I. Tilly.
Yeah. So that might be her name. We'll see. But yeah, she's doing really good. We just got first crop hay hauled in today. Joey cut it last week. I mean, it's really dry here, so good for haymaking, bad for everything else. But we got that baled yesterday, and we just hauled it in today. So we could go for some rain now, anytime.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen for us anyway. It's supposed to be like upper 80s all week and just hot and dry.
I saw some 90s, which is, I mean, I like warm weather, but I don't know. We could use the rain too. There is like some small chances of rain later on. And, with those high temperatures, maybe we'll get a pop-up storm or something. But yeah, it's pretty dry here. But everything's growing well yet. Like nothing's like not doing well. Joey's got to do one more little field of sweet corn. He made one already and then he waited like a month. And then he'll do the second one so that we don't have it all ready at once, because last year he planted them a couple weeks apart, but it was like too much at once, and then a lot of it went to waste, and the raccoons were happy, but yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on. We've been halter training Squirrel.
How's that going?
I mean, she's a little March calf. She has a mind of her own, but she'll get there. She's just a baby. But Sophia's having fun with it so far, so hopefully she sticks with it. We're not gonna like go crazy this year with showing, but we've got one in a couple weeks, like 45 minutes away. So we'll go to that and see how she likes it. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope she wants to show cows, but if she doesn't, it's okay.
That'll be fun.
It would be for us.
Then you've got 2 others. So in case Sophia doesn't like it,
that's true. Very true. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to.
Is there a certain age limit to show calves? Like you have to be 6 and above or whatever?
Yeah, so she technically is not a junior yet, so we'll just be in the open show. Gosh, I think for Brown Swiss it's like 8 or 9 years old. And then 4-H2 is 8 or 9, one of the two. So like right now it'll just be open show, but the show that we're going to has like a kiddie showmanship for kids under 8, I think, either under 7 or under 8. So she'll be able to do that, and then we'll probably just walk in the ring together for the open show. So yeah, exciting.
How's your farmers markets going?
Good. I had 2 last month. The first one was really cold. It was weird. It was like warm out, but it was really cold that night. So thankfully I always have sweatshirts in my truck. And then last week was really great. I didn't sell a ton of candles, which I was a little disappointed in, but I was talking to my mom. She's like, well, not many people like burn candles in the summer.
True.
Which is fair. So that kind of made me feel better about that. It's weird. Like candles just in general have slowed down. But at the same time, one, I'm not pushing it as much as you got to promote stuff if you want to sell it. So I know that that's on me. And then 2, we've been so busy with other stuff that I just haven't had the time or the energy really to push it. So I've got a little bit of a stash right now, which is nice to kind of just slowly go through or whatever. But I think we'll probably maybe just slow down on that, and then in the fall kind of ramp back up and get ready for holidays, get some like good holiday scents going and stuff. I made an apple that was it was so good. So that's definitely gonna be on my fall scent list. And then I got a cranberry. Oh, what is it mixed with? I don't remember what it's mixed with, but it's just like it's the perfect fall scent. It's kind of like a cranberry spice kind of thing. It's delightful. So I made a couple of those up. Yeah. It's really fun to be able to do the candles, but at the same time, like I don't know.
You got a lot of other things going on too.
Yeah. So like I'm trying not to be hard on myself, because I know that if I took the time to like push them all the time, I would sell more. We just been busy with other stuff, and that's fine. The kids have been in t-ball. We're finishing up with school, so there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and just with the cattle, and I sold some more cows. Oh, if you're listening to this in Wisconsin and you need cows, excuse me. I took up a group of cattle to the Great Northern in Fond du Lac on Saturday, and the sale is Tuesday. I think it's at night, which is a little weird, but it's Tuesday, so it's tomorrow. So it's the day that this podcast comes out. So, if you're looking for some cattle, check out the sale. I've got 1 registered Brown Swiss and then some great Holsteins up there.
How long of a drive was that for you to go all the way up to Fond du Lac? 3 hours?
Yeah, it's about 3 hours from my house. It was like 2.5 from the dairy. It's not a bad drive though. Like once you get through Madison and stuff, it's a fairly nice drive. And then I was actually able to go surprise my parents afterwards, which was really fun because I realized that they were cleaning up my grandparents' house, and I realized it was like an hour kind of out of my way. And I was like, oh, what the heck? Like it was 11 o'clock. So I went and I wanted to like text my dad to see if they were actually there, because that would have been weird to like show up and have no one there.
Well, shoot, yeah. Now what?
But I was like, well, they said they were gonna go. Like, I don't want to ruin it. So I went, and their truck was there. I was like, oh, good. And then I went in the house, and like I didn't see anyone, and I was like, where are they? Maybe they're outside. And then all of a sudden I heard my dad's voice in the basement. So I just kind of like crept down the stairs. They're probably like thinking like an intruder was coming in, and then I opened the door and I was like, surprise.
Were they excited to see you?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Good.
And then since I had the cattle trailer on like in the suburbs of Brookfield, I'm sure I confused a lot of people, but it actually worked out really well because I was able to take that a lot of like scrap metal and stuff to get rid of. So we just threw it all in the trailer and we've got our
Good.
dumpster here. So yeah, they were working on the basement, so it was a perfect day for that.
That's fun.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to?
I don't know.
Surviving.
Surviving. We
You kind of went back to work a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, we're working on it. My dad's getting his knee replaced next week. So it's kind of like all hands on deck trying to get everything big done before then. So we have 2 renovated beds that we're working on right now, and we're trying to get those planted by the end of this week. So they put in drain tile last week, and then they got all of their underground irrigation pipe that they're still working on. I think they're finishing that up tomorrow, and I have to drill holes and like fit the pipe for fittings for the sprinklers to go in. So that's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday, and then hopefully Thursday, Friday, they're going to be planting, and it's going to be hot. But hopefully that all gets done by the end of the week. Fingers crossed, all goes well.
Well, you have to run irrigation a lot, like after it's planted or before it's planted. Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So when we plant, so we're bringing in a new variety this year for these 2 renovated beds. So we're going through another grower who has a license to cross pollinate and make new varieties and stuff. So we're bringing in vines that are already like baled and cut for us. So we just have to break up the vines, and then so when the cranberries are planted, speak of the devil, there goes my dad. When the vines are planted, you just kind of shake the vines on top of just fresh sand, and then you go in with a discer. When he's going to tell you how it works, but you go in and then you disc the vines into the ground. And then you run irrigation on them, and then you get fertilizer on them within like the first like week or so. And then you just kind of irrigate and take care of them as normal. So you kind of see too how well the drain tile works. So sometimes it might be a wetter bed than the other. So you might have to shut some sprinklers off because one end is usually a little bit wetter than the other. And sorry, my cat is just taking over if you're not watching it.
That is her butt.
Her butthole is just right. The third eye is giving you a wink. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. And then after they've been planted, it takes about 2 to 3 years for those vines to grow before you can get like a good crop off of them for harvest. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. This variety, I think, is going to be an earlier variety, and they're supposed to be like a super dark, like almost black in color fruit. So I'm excited to see what they look like. But everyone else in the area that has them says that they really like them. They're supposed to be a high yielding crop. Nice big fruit, nice dark fruit too. So they'll be good. I'm excited. That's different than a lot of other varieties that we have. So that'll be fun. And then
she's the star of the show.
She just knocking over my microphone. We bought a new property too over the winter. There is a marsh right near the edge of our property that was selling, and God, this cat. So this property it butts up to the beginning of the creek where we get all of our water from on our property, and so we wanted to jump on that cranberry marsh and purchase that property so we didn't have like a stranger that kind of controlled our water source. So we bought that part of that marsh, and so now we have, I want to say like 10 acres that we acquired through that. So we're trying to figure out, and it's literally, it's not that far away from our property now, but it is far enough away that the soil is completely different
Oh, okay.
from
Do
what
they
we
use
have here.
do they use like different varieties that you're used to, or
No, they have mostly there's only 6 beds there. It's all the same varieties that we have here, but their soil it's rockier.
oh,
It's still the sandy soil, but it has a lot more rocks, and it's just like completely different than what we have here. What we have like on our main property, it's like very fine sand. Like there's no big rocks in it, but this is like when you dig, we're trying to expand the pond that's already existing there, the reservoir, and you can't dig down any deeper because it's like bedrock, like just
wow.
it's weird. So we'll see how that goes. We have a lot of work to do up there to get it where we want it to be, but it's a good fun little addition. So that's kind of something else we've been working on too, and just figuring out how to get to and from with like our equipment here and how to bring it up there, and like building new roads cut through properties to get it where we need to without having to go on like the public roads and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
all
it's
good.
exciting that it's like
It is.
fairly close to you so that you can kind of make it how you need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have
And
to like drive very far to get to it because
yeah, oh, okay. Bye. I don't know if you could hear that. She farted. She scooted out the door. Did I tell you when I took her to the vet because I thought she had cancer under her chin? It was like 2 or 3 months ago. I was rubbing her under her chin, and she had like my cat. She had like these bumps under her chin, and I was like kind of moving them around. It's like I haven't noticed this before, and she's had teeth problems. Like she has a lot of her teeth got pulled. So I was like, God, I hope she didn't get like an infection and it's like building up under her jaw. So I rushed her to the vet next day. And I was like, can you make sure she doesn't have cancer? Cause she's like almost 10. And like, if she's gonna, whatever. And so I'm like preparing for them to tell me that she has cancer and she only has a day to live or something. And they come back out with her and she's like, no, she just has acne. Like, what? She's like, yeah, like pimples. She just has pimples under her chin. I'm like, you're joking.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. She's like, do you want like some topical cream you can put on there to like get rid of it? I was like, no, I don't.
We'll just share the same face wash things.
Like I've got some retinol, I've got some peroxide. I'll just shave her little beard and slather it on. But no, she's like, yeah, she just has acne. You just need to wash her bowl. I don't know if she got into something, and I don't know. My cat had acne and it cost
go
me
away?
Yeah. I just have to wash her food bowls like more often than I did. But I was like,
weird.
You're 10 years old. Come on. Like,
you should know how to wash your face by now.
Yeah. Yeah. You lazy bum. She's filthy. She is just at that age where she does not care anymore. Her poop doesn't get buried. The house, it's just stink. She just stinks.
Be an outside cat soon, hey?
Yeah, we've got a fence in our backyard, so I'm just kind of tempted to just poop. Go shit in the litter box or in the sandbox. Good luck. Just kidding. I would never do
Porter
that.
would eat it.
Ooh, Tootsie Roll.
Yay, when did Mom start leaving candy in here?
Treats. Yeah, we got a fence put up in our backyard and it has saved my life. Like we can get outside more and just not have to worry about getting run over by tractors. And
that's probably really nice.
It's so nice. Too. Yes. And we can leave the dog outside because he's on CBD gummies now because he's a nervous boy. So it's good for everybody just to get outside and chill.
I just looked out the window and Jack is butt naked.
I feel like Jack lives every day like he's in Jackass. Like he just seems like wild.
He is
wild child.
Someone messaged me that on Instagram not that long ago. They're like, I hope you don't take offense to this, but Jack seems like he's your wild child. And I was like, you're 100% correct.
He's going to give you gray hairs.
He he always wants me naked now. Although I think it's a good thing though. I mean he's fairly young to start potty training, like for a boy, but he if he poops or pees, like he wants his diaper off immediately. And why are you laughing? Is Porter potty trained already?
I was gonna say, I think we're at the same point because did I show you this? This week has just been like full of poop. And I don't know if it was like Wednesday or something. Porter is in his diaper just like running around the house, which I usually don't do because he can rip it off. But I just let him run around in his diaper. And I was doing something in the kitchen and I heard him grunting and I'm like, oh good, he's pooping. I needed to change him anyway. And then it got really quiet. And I went to go check on him and he was in the living room naked. His diaper is on the floor and there's like no joke, a softball size pile of shit on my rug. The diaper's thrown on top of it. And he's sitting there like staring at me like just the fear of God in his eyes. And there's poop on his chest. And he's just sitting there going, yuck, yuck, yuck. And he spins around and there's just poop. Like there's a handprint on his butt cheek and it's spread up. There's poop down the back of his legs, like on his feet. And he's just sitting there like rubbing his hand. And he's just going, back. And then he like starts heading for my couch and so he went straight into the bathtub. So I think he's like getting close to being potty trained. And then we had like a poop explosion in a swim diaper. And they don't contain poop very well. So just as a heads up for
swim diapers
doesn't
suck.
know, they don't do anything.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, pee's supposed to go through them or whatever, but like it's supposed to catch poop is the only thing. Like you're better off just getting a reusable swim diaper and then hoping for the best, hoping that they don't shit themselves.
I thought it was wet sand. He was playing in his water table and then he went to his sandbox and he got up and I thought there was just wet sand on his butt. That's what it looked like. And no, it was just diarrhea up his back, through his swim diaper, through his swim trunks. I'm ready to go to bed and just try again tomorrow. All
right. Well, before
that note,
before this gets any weirder, we hope you guys enjoyed our little update of life. I told Amber I couldn't stand too long today because Joey needs a haircut, and it's 7:00. Which I don't know what that means, but that was my cutoff time. But
it's time to go.
It's time to hang it up. I don't want to talk about Amber's poop anymore. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you haven't left us a rating and review yet, I'm not sure today is the episode I should be telling you to do this, but we would love to hear from you. We really do enjoy your feedback. And, if you ever have like suggestions or people you want us to talk to and stuff like that, let us know. It's, I know we've got quite a few people on our wish list right now. It's just, everyone's so busy. So it's hard to, like find time to record with people, but yeah, we appreciate you guys for being here and sticking with us through
the shit,
through all the shit. And if you're not following us yet, you should go do that. Amber is at Cranberry Chats on all the things. I am at Becca Hilby on all the things except for YouTube. I guess it's Hilby Family Farm. And you can follow the podcast at Forward Farming Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. And the tube of you. The tube of you.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.